Top Sport – pagrindinis Kauno Žalgirio rėmėjas. Top Sport – lažybos. Top Sport – kazino. Lošimo automatai.
Dalyvaudamas azartiniuose lošimuose gali prarasti ne tik pinigus.
It's so nice to have you here. How do you feel today, Sylvain?
Feeling pretty good now.
You know,
After a good nap.
oh, so many things to talk about, so many topics to touch, but I would like to start from one question. I had this question like 1 hour before event. I prepared for the event, but I got this interesting question, and the guy asked me, what's the story behind that celebrations when you... So, can you tell us a story behind that?
I mean, to be honest, hold on real quick. Is everybody good, first of all? Good? Okay. Just trying to ask. And thanks for coming, actually. And yeah, nah, to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't really know.
So, did it happen after the first game?
It happened because of Matt, actually.
All right.
Matt started to do it, and then Brian. So I was like, okay, let me just follow the move, and that's what we did. But you got to ask Matt first. That's the first thing.
So, he has the secret behind it.
He has the secret.
All right. So, we're going to ask Matt, how are you feeling, people? Are you good? Show us that we're good. Yeah, nice. Right before we start, we have to give some credit for our sponsors. So very quick, Vilvi Produkcija. I'm going to talk in Lithuania, so okay.
Don't worry.
Do you understand anything about these products? Do you use it?
I use it, actually, and it works pretty good.
All right.
You
So
feel
what's
me?
your
I like
favorite one?
So let me see.
Yeah. All right.
It's the camera one.
All right.
Which one it is?
Vanilla flavor, yeah?
Caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this one.
All
But
right.
The best one is the yellow, but you didn't take it. They're going to be mad at you.
Alright, taigi Vilvi produkcija su nauju prekiniu ženklu, bet lygiai tokiu pat geru skoniu. Tad nepamirškit panaudoti Vilvi produkcijos. My other question is, do you ever use Saily? You know the eSIM card that you can use abroad for the cheaper data plan?
If I use that?
Yeah, have you ever used that?
No.
No, but in the future, I hope you will use
In the
it
future,
because...
probably, yeah.
Yeah, because with this eSIM card and with the code Žalgiris, you get 15% off for your first data plan. So
Oh, yeah?
don't forget it.
Okay, I got you.
All right, and if you wanted to refresh yourself, we have cups from our gas station Viada, so also, and that's it. Now, we start a conversation. You know, I talked to Isaiah Wong, I talked to Brian Dunstan about this one thing about the season, you know, and Andrea Trinchieri himself, he said one interesting thought that right now we have Žalgiris 4.0 because we had a lot of changes pre-season, that beginning of the season 6-1, that Lonnie Walker coming in, then he coming off the team. Did you ever think exactly the same thing that, oh my God, it's been a lot of versions of Žalgiris this season?
For real, when you see it and you just make a little conclusion and a throwback about everything, it's a lot of changes, to be honest, you know, because first of all, for when we came at the beginning of the August 18th, so we walked a lot about the defense, offense, execute. Everybody had a knew their role. Then Lonnie came, so it's not Lonnie came, which was good actually, because he's a great player. But now it looks like we gotta start it back to August actually, and trying to get depth with everything. It's always hard when you have a new player coming, especially what the coach demand about you. It's a lot. I was struggling. I came with a lot of weight beginning of August, and I lost a lot of weight because of that. So it's just, yeah, you really working. That's what I love about him. And then, you know, him living. So, you know, when Walker was there, all the guys who had the role players had to step down a little bit. And when he left, they had to step up. But sometimes not a lot of time, it's always hard to step up and get back to your role when you had before, so you need time. Then Zay came. It boosted us a lot. You know, he's really helpful, but it was hard for him because at this moment we wanted to be in a plane, and I know coach was really it was not really the time for him to get adjusted. You really had to be there really fast, and we had to make sure us as a teammate. We had to make sure him to be more comfortable and understand the game really, really fast because the most important thing was the playing. So even for him, it was quite hard, And for me, he did good. Then we didn't make the plane. Now we focus about the season, so the pressure is less than before. Yeah.
So, what you just said, do you feel like the coaches cooled down a bit right now after the hopes of clinching playoff was lost? So, what's the status right now from the coaching staff?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit because we actually lost last year. So he's in his head is to win the championship, and everybody got to be focused on that. I just think right now, okay, we lost the Euroleague, but sometimes psychologically, when you lose a goal that you've wanted a lot, your other goal that you had before you write it down, you just gonna forget about it because the main one you didn't, achieve about this. So I feel like, especially to me, I was really, really upset about what happened because I'm like, I wanted to make the playoffs, even the playing to make the playoffs, and it was a goal that I wanted to have. It didn't happen, and coach was like, hold on. Doesn't mean that you didn't make the playoff, then now you just gonna cool down because we got a championship to win. And I'm like, no, I'm a winner, so I have a second one, but the main one was this one. Okay, it's done. Now we all got to be focused about the championship.
When you think about it, with this budget team of Žalgiris teams clinching play-ins or the playoffs, of course, is not a everyday matter because, if you want to clinch the playoff berth or the play-in, you have to have a lot of money, you have to have the best players and so on because Euroleague is so competitive. But in your opinion, what is the recipe for a smaller team to get to that top 10? From your perspective, what do you think?
Be consistent, win the most game and yeah, everybody got to be consistent because it's always hard. Like you said, big teams, they always have 6, 7 players that are really top players, actually. So if one is not, 2 or 3 are not consistent, you got 4 that are going to be consistent. So it manage a lot compared to us. But I just think it's not only this, it's hearts, it's hard work and the dedication about this, just where you want to go because that's always is. I just think when you got a smaller budget, that's what you need to do and win games. That's the thing.
Yeah. We saw some moments from the seasons which were mentally tough for the team. One moment sticks out from the rest of it, one timeout. And you were holding the teammates and you were saying, cheering for them, it's not over, let's fight it. I think maybe it was the game versus Baskonia and Kaunas, pity loss, yeah. But how did you feel being a leader of this team this whole season and having this mark on your shoulders?
To be honest, I think it was just the right time to do that. I always talk to them no matter what, but we worked so hard for the past week. The practice was amazing. Was going at each other every single time. And now seeing this was up by 16, 17 and start losing. And I had a feeling that my guys, the intuition that my guys was, going down a little bit because it was like, wow, we just mess it up. It's really important win for us. So for me, I had to cheer them up and be like, yo, we got 2 minutes. I know we going to lose, but we got to keep our heads up. That's really like the real men do, the real players do. At the end of the day, most of us, besides Brian or some other Euroleague players, we been to a team that are losing a lot of games, actually, but we always had the mentality to stay up and to be like, okay, the next game going to be better. And that's what we need to do this time. And for me, it was a good, time to tell them that I love them. And we just got to keep our heads up and be in the highest level we're supposed to be. And we didn't actually, but at least we got to finish the game strong.
Talking about you personally, coming to this season, what were your expectations and then the reality during the season? Because I want to ask the question like this. Did you come to Kaunas with the idea, okay, I'm going to spend here 1 season and maybe I'll go to a higher budget club and so on. But the moment that you extended the contract with Žalgiris shows that You must love this place. So can you tell us about the thought process that went before the season, expectations, and what you just found here in Kaunas?
So actually, before the season, before everything, before I met the guys and all that, I saw the roster, I saw the team, and I was telling we can do something. To be honest, it's a great team, and I think there's more options and more players than last year, and when I came, I knew we can make the playoffs. Actually, I see a lot of teams that had everyone. Even I didn't even think Virtus Bologna was gonna be in the bottom part with the team they have on the paper. Yeah. It's a playoff team actually, but in my head I was like, we gonna make the playoffs, and things didn't happen the way it's supposed to happen. That's how it is. And yeah, so for me, after that, my goal was to make the playoff and see what's going to happen next year. That's the only thing, because for me, I didn't want to rush anything, and I felt good here, actually. And after that, there's a lot of teams that came in February, March. It was a lot of teams. And to be honest, Zalgiris was not really my option. To be honest, because we talked. And for me, I knew I wanted to stay because that's my first thing. My first thing was, okay, now we got to talk to Zalgiris, to the coach staff, because for me, their priority first. I want to hear them before all the teams.
You want to notify Žalgiris.
Notify, yeah. That's the thing. And yeah, I had big teams. The only one team that I'm going to tell you, I had Barcelona too that was there,
All right.
Yeah, so, and I had all the big teams, but I had to wear with Zalgiris, and I didn't even know we was gonna have a talk in March, which is really early.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what happened. We talked, and I knew for me it was a better place to stay here because I've been going everywhere every year for the past 6-7 years. I never stayed stable, and being here, be focused, the city, the fans. The staff, how they treated me, how the fans treated me, and how good I am here, working a lot and all that. And basketball with the coach, I'm saying, I don't want to leave, actually. I feel really good. Why should I leave? And if they're going to give me bigger money, I just don't want to leave. Sometimes it's all about love and about what your heart really want. And that's why I did. I stayed.
That's pretty nice to hear, yeah. So that's why when you put a signature on, the next day you rode on a scooter to Arena. Yeah, you were happy.
Yeah, with the good weather, on the scooter, I was feeling good.
Did you go to scooter to Arena today also, no?
No, I didn't, actually. I should have, because there's a lot of traffic now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is it hard for you to walk through the Kaunas streets without being unnoticed, without fans stopping you, like you on the defense?
To be honest, they're really respectful. Actually, they're really respectful. And things happen. And I know when I need to go to the city center, what time I need to go. Because there's sometime, my first time I didn't even know. And there was a lot of people taking pictures, which I really don't mind. That's, me, how I am. I take a lot of times. I really don't mind. But sometimes you got to know when you have to go. Now, one day on Saturday, 2 p.m., I went to Acropolis. Went to eat, came back. People was looking at me, but nothing. There was only one child that came, one kid, took a picture. You see at least 40 of them came. 40 of them. I was like, okay, let's just take a picture. It's okay.
All right, I have time, yeah?
I have time.
All right. We talked briefly about playing after the Euroleague, and we sometimes have the saying about the players, especially players coming from other countries, non-Lithuanian players, that when the Euroleague is over, maybe the motivation sometimes is over because it's pretty natural. You compete in one level in the tournament. Domestic leagues tend to usually be a bit lesser level, even though you still have to win it, even though nobody hands you the trophy like this. So how do you as a team keep yourselves motivated and meeting this new schedule of a lot of LKL local league games?
First of all, it's good because we quite play 2 games a week. which is good. And I know most of us now get used to only playing once a week. And all the guys are really hype, really focused because, like I said, we lost last year. So we really focus about winning and make a statement about every team. So especially me, I have a different mindset because I never take things for granted. Right now, it's been 2 years I'm in Euroleague. I've been in the best teams on the league in Lithuania. Last year in the best team of the league in Germany with Bayern Munich. Before, when I was in Greece, I was in the third best team with Spanoulis. Behind, I lost in the semifinals, Game 5 against Panathinaikos. Behind, it was Olympiacos. So what I'm saying about this is the mentality then. Before being in the big teams of the league, I was in a small team or bottom team. So my mentality was, okay, Champions League, we done. Now we got to take the playoffs of the season. We got to beat every team, and the team are better than us. We have to beat them, even if we know we're going to lose. So my mentality is the same thing as right now. Like, okay, we're the top teams, but those teams that know better than us, we just got to beat them, the same team. And that's the way I don't lose my mentality. I don't lose my motivation.
Do you get reminded by the local players or maybe the coaching staff that Žalgiris last season they lost in the final series versus Rytas, so it's a do-or-die decision to win against them in the final this year?
Yeah, for sure. You can feel it, especially the coach. The coach, you really feeling it. So this is good because if the coach don't do it, Brian gonna do it, Ule gonna do it, but it's a different type of energy and pressure when the coach does. So yeah.
And you know, among you players, you have talks, you know, versus after the losses, after the victories, before the coaches come in to the locker room. How did you like the conversation this season in the locker room? Do you remember the most heated conversation this season, and when it happened, and who was like saying the loudest words and so on? So do you remember the most heated conversation between the players this season?
For sure. The craziest one, it was against Paris. Paris when we was down 20. I just think it was at this moment I was not playing good at all. All of us was not playing good.
You missed the first 5 3-pointers.
First 5 3-pointers. But other than that, I think Ule came and he was just saying, what you guys doing? Brian was saying the same thing. Like, that's not a team. We cannot just, not shooting the ball, not trying to create something, we losing everything. Like, what you guys are doing, we better than them. They're not better than us. So come on. And me, I came with it. I'm going to be better for the second half, but you guys got to help me. We got to run. We got to do everything because right now, we just playing half court, and that's not us. We got to do things. So I just think everybody was quite mad. Coach came mad, but he gave in a good motivation, and we just switched off like that.
Do you afraid of Andrea Trinchieri when he's shouting on or when he's suspiciously silent? What's more frightening?
Silent.
Then you know you're in trouble.
It's
Big
silent,
trouble.
you know you're in trouble. I know I'm in trouble when he usually always call me Cisco. When he call me Sylvain, I'm like, oh shit.
It's like mother, yeah. It's like Sylvain Francisco.
He said Sylvain. In my head, I'm like, oh shit. I'm sorry, but I always do that. I'm like, okay, now I know he's mad.
And when Lithuanian players, they shout, they want to motivate you, do they sometimes add these crazy words that's not English?
Not at all. I wish, but I feel like my first time coming here, besides Ule, okay, I announce a little bit, but I see everybody is quiet.
Yeah.
That's when my first time, like, they reserve what's going on. The one that I didn't know, he would never talk, see me. My first time playing against him, and I was like, he's arrogant. It was Lukey. That was my
he
first
doesn't
time
talk,
playing against him.
He's mad.
I was mad. I was like, he's arrogant the way he play. And now being his teammates, I'm like, he never talks, never say anything reserved. And when Lonnie came, he was screaming, Lukey! And Lukey started smiling, That was crazy, but that's what this moment I was like, oh, Luka is really a cool guy, actually.
Yeah.
But he never talked. Yeah.
It's funny because like 2 months ago we had a talk with Lonnie Walker and he was shouting the same thing that you just shouted, Luka, to the people. So yeah, it's like a time machine right now. All right. So what about Birutis? Do you talk to him a lot?
I do talk to him a lot. I just think the guys are more,
He's a good listener, yeah.
good listener. I just think when sometimes he gets mad, he talking Lithuanian a little bit, There's one thing, when Ule is mad, he talking Lithuanian a little bit.
He's cussing around, yeah.
And the coach was like, Ule, what you saying? Stop talking behind my back. Sometimes it's funny, but sometimes like the coach, sometimes when you're mad, you talking to your language too, I don't say anything. But yeah.
So who's of Lithuanian player is most un-Lithuanian type of like character-wise?
Sirvis.
Sirvis, yeah? What he reminds you of, like what country like?
I don't know. To be honest, I feel like it's not Lithuanian.
He's like American, in a way.
American thing, since he was in the NBA too.
Yeah.
He got the American thing, I can tell, for sure.
And he sometimes go with the fur to the games, yeah.
I'm not going to say Iggy because Iggy is cheating a little bit,
Yeah.
But I would say Sirvis.
And he dresses good, yeah? Like you do.
He does. I told you, he dresses good. He always on point. That's why I'm like, and the way he talk, his walk, and all that, I'm like, he doesn't look Lithuanian for sure.
All right. So listen, we're going to the part where we're going to play some games. But coming back to the rest of the season part, tell us about the mentality. What should be taken in mind facing the last games and how to see that Žalgiris is the best version of Žalgiris? What do you think?
Sometimes for us, I just think, you got like a blue, I call it the blue. It's like in French, I got the blues. Sometimes it's just think about how good we were before, So I just think when the guys think it like that and we want us to be on the same page and get back to the same play style and defense the way it was doing the beginning of the year, we want to get back to it. So that's why it gave us a motivation, And I always talk to the guys. To be honest,
You're doing the psychological part also, yeah.
Sometimes I get mad. The coach, he knows me, but not only players, because I never point fingers on my guys. Because I always say if I point one finger, there's three that coming back to me. So I got, when you're doing that, there's always three that coming back to you. So I'm always good at them, but I motivate them. Like, next time you got it, So I'm really hard on that.
All right, and one of my last questions before we dive into a few games. Who of your teammates you think made the most improvement since the beginning of the season, looking back?
Who I would say? Alan.
Alan Smilagic.
I would say Alan, yeah.
All right. In what sense, if you can share, like?
I'm just saying by, when Alan is focused, he's unstoppable. Sometimes I feel like this type of player, you don't have to, because I know all my guys, I know how they are, I know how they work, I know, it's just like when you're in a relationship, your partner. That's the same thing. For me, I just think Alan, when you ask him too much things, he's not going to be the same guy as when you just tell him, play your game.
Sometimes less is more.
That's what I'm saying. When you be like, play your game, Allen for me is an NBA player. I'm just telling you. Most of our players, even Bidas was doing way pretty good in the beginning of the year and this year too. So I see. I'm not going to say Brian because Brian being 38 years old or even less, he's a hard worker. He be doing pretty good. But I would say Allen.
Yeah, we just talked to Brian today, and we're filming a documentary on him. Ooh. And he's so good man to talk to. He's so wise. He's seen a lot, and whenever he says something, he doesn't spit out a lot of words, but he means every word. So he sees a lot.
Yeah, you definitely know what he means.
And talking back to Alan, not a lot of players can score 19 points in one quarter, like he did in Istanbul.
Yeah, I wish, like I tell him, I was like, I wish we can you do this almost every time, because when you do this, you're helping not only yourself, you're helping the team first of all, but yourself too, because you getting comforted by everything. You be comfortable shooting the ball, dunking, passing. Now everything gonna come naturally. You gonna do everything with the extent how you play. And yeah, for me, it's just he's improving a lot.
So let me get this straight. So whenever you play, and this season especially, you ask your teammates, what they want on the court. Like if you do this screen, it might be easier for me to pass the ball. You talk to them, like. Just to know your personal.
Just to know my personal, when they want to get the ball, how they comfortable. For Ule, I know where he want to get the ball on the post up. It's always on the right side because he like to go in the middle and finish to the other side. And he better in the passing on the left side too. So for me, it's a lot. Even Biras, we didn't have a lot of, beginning of the year, we didn't have a lot of relationship because I was more with Brian. Yeah. But Biras loved having a short roll floater most of the time. And I knew last year he was playing a lot of, how we call it, post up, which is now playing this year. But that's how I know about Biras. And Sirvis, I know in which timing I need to pass in the ball, the off ball. If it's early, late, or at the same time, he always telling me early. So sometimes I know my guys. I know when I have to pass in the ball, what they needed. Iggy is lefty, but he's better driving on the right side. So for him, he can go both, but driving on the right side is better for him. There's a lot of things that I know about my guys, and I always like, okay, this is the best thing, but can you add this? Or for me, can you help me on there and there? So we talking a lot.
So is it safe to say if you keep the same core, almost all the players, what the hell knows what's going to happen in summer, but if you keep the same core, knowing your intel, what you have from this season, we can see another better version of Žalgiris?
That's what all the best teams do. All the best teams, that's what they do. Keep the same players for every year. That's why you build something, and the coach and the staff. That's how you build something.
All right, so thank you for the first part. Galim paplot. Čia mes baigiam šitą pirmąją dalį. Mes keliaujame pažaisti porą žaidimų. Turime labai daug klausimų iš mūsų insiderių, kuriuos jie uždavė Žalgiris Insider platformoje. Ir turime daug žmonių, kurie taip pat turi savo klausimų. Ir mes būtinai jų paklausime. Jeigu norit pamatyti antrą dalį su Sylvainu Francisco, prašom keliauti į Žalgiris Insider platformą. Ir ten mes įsikursime.
If you want to watch the whole video, join Žalgiris Insider.